Update: my wife abandoned me out of nowhere to vacation around the world and is now posting photos with random guys while partying in Hawaii. I've no idea what to do. 6 months after leaving me out of the blue and only texting me one throughout this whole time. My wife texted me in the middle of December that she'd be home for Christmas. I told her that our daughter and I would be at my brother's and she obviously wasn't welcome. So she spent Christmas with her sister. When I got back home I met with her. I decided not to be overly confrontational because I didn't want to give her the satisfaction of thinking I cared enough to be mad. She was taken aback about how detached Elle was. I could tell it bothered her that I didn't show her much emotion. Not even anger. I just wanted her to agree to a divorce. The first thing I asked was why she left without telling anyone. She said she didn't want to wait a year in order to vacation together like we planned. She didn't want anyone talking her out of it. She didn't want to work anymore. She wanted to leave before her mental health got worse. The thing is, we had decided to go in the summer of 2024 for a few reasons. Packing everything and getting the house ready to sell was going to be a lot of work. We wanted to make sure our daughter graduated college, got a job, and was settled. We wanted to make sure we had money when we got back. At some point in our planning she began questioning if she ever wanted to go back to our old life. She didn't want to work full-time or buy a house and stay in one place after we got back. She wasn't sure what she wanted but she didn't think she would figure it out talking to me. I told her that's the reason we were taking the trip, to figure those things out together, to see what we wanted for the next part of our life. I then asked her why she didn't just get a divorce before she left. Then she wouldn't have had to do this behind our backs and she would have had plenty of money without stealing our joint savings. She claims that she didn't want a divorce, that she wanted us to live whatever life she figured out. I told her that's not how marriages work, one person deciding for the other. Midway through she realized I might not forgive her, so she might have to visualize a future without me, and so she stayed longer than intended. She then said she wants to be a digital nomad, working part-time, fully remote and living in new places. She tried to convince me to go with her, but I'll never be able to trust her. Plus I don't love her anymore. She also spent most of our money leaving us very broke. I then asked her if she hooked up with anyone, and she said only 2 guys, but I did wear protection so you don't have to worry. I never responded and instead moved on to the next question, which was if she felt bad for what she put our daughter and I through. She claims she does and she wishes she had handled it differently. But she said getting away and figuring herself out was best for her. I told her she was just being selfish. When she first left we were worried something would happen to her and we would never see her again. I told her she's taking the easy route and letting everyone else handle the difficult parts. We ended up agreeing on a divorce in the end despite her protests. I also figured I'd start dating again. I didn't realize a 50-year-old man with children out of the house, a good job, and in decent shape would be a catch. I'm not fighting women off with a stick, but I've had a lot more interest than I expected.